My fellow Americans, it's time for great change in this nation. It's time for a change in how this nation is run. It's time for a change to end poor people. It's time for a change in war, death, famine in all nations. But it can't be done by just doing war. It can't be done by just doing war. There has to be some type of peace. There has to be some type of peace. And these people in government haven't been able to reach them. But people will listen to a poor person. People will listen to a poor person. They know where they've come from. They know where they've come from the streets, from the hard times, the hard knocks, to a business. It's time that we had great change in this nation. Not just for the people, but for all people. For all people. It's time to bring the world, time to bring this country together as one. Start over. Start leveling the debt. Start passing budgets. It's time to start passing budgets. Like Illinois fights about passing the budget. Should be able to pass the budget with no problem. It's time to stop. It's time to stop. It's time for growth in this nation again. It's time for healing. It's time for this nation to be smart on its feet. We're $20 trillion in debt. It's time to lower that debt. It's also time to lower the. Also, it's time to raise the poor. Put people to work. Put people to work. Create jobs, factories, and companies. Make American products again. It's time to make American products again. It's time to make American products again. Not $20 radios or $100 TVs that last a month or a year and are busted. Don't work. Real solid state stuff that lasts for years. Years and years. It's time that we made America great again. It's time that we made America great again. That's the truth of human life. That's the fact of human life. It's time that we made America great again. So we can't do it like this. Can't do it like this. There are people being bombed and blasted and blown apart. It's too much money. Too much money. Too much waste. Too much killing. Let Syria fight out their war. They'll come to some agreement with people. They'll come to some agreement with people. Russia will see to that. It's time to let somebody else do the fight for a change instead of just us. It's time for growth, healing, peace, freedom, the freedom of speech, and stopping them listening into people's phone calls, and stopping them taking the DNA from people. Excuse me. But it's time for great change. The greatest time the country's ever had. It's time for great change. It's time for great change. The way this country's run. The way this country's run. Like a business. Like a business. Excuse me. It's time for great change in this nation. It really is. It's time to see our kids grow up. Not grow up and lose arms, legs, limbs, eyes, shot in the head, don't know what they're doing. It's time to live up to the American dream. Bring back the American dream. It's time for all people. It's time for all people in this nation. It's time for all people in this nation. It's time for all people in this nation. Seriously, think about it. Seriously, think about it. Don't you want more for your children? Don't people want more for their children? Just nothing. Welfare. SSI. Time to grow. Time to grow. Time for the nation to grow again. Time for the nation to grow again. It's time for people to understand that we're $20 trillion plus in debt. And unless we handle money right and handle wars right, it's never going to change. It's never going to change. It's just going to be the same government rhetoric that's been going on for years. Same thing with Donald Trump, building walls down to Mexico, 700 miles long. Where's he think we're going to get the billions to do this from? We can't even feed our own people now. We can't even feed our own people now. It's time to let them deal with the Mexican crisis. The Mexican crisis of too many Mexicans in this country. Not too many Mexicans in this country to do jobs the American people don't want to do. So, it balances out. It balances out. We need free trade agreements where the American product is sold again, not sold out. Not sold out like Walmart. It's time for so much growth, so much healing. The world has to know it. The world has to know it and realize it. It's time for great healing. Great healing. Thank you for watching. This is Sunday, and things start to lose. Thank you for watching.